Guys, what is up? It's NEACE. Dude, the boot camp is a go. Next week, Monday, it's going to be popping off. You still have time. Probably not much, but you still have time to sign up for the boot camp. Make sure you check your emails, check your spam folder, check your promotions folder. We've had some issues with that. I know a lot of you guys are even missing the sign up link at the very end sometimes. When you finish out your form, make sure to click the sign up link so you can actually pay and get your spot reserved for this thing. Now, today, I'm going to do something different, man. I got a lot of people excited for the boot camp, but they're a little nervous, like, I'm unranked, I'm low elo, I'm scared about doing this thing because I don't know if I'm going to get the value out of it. I've got the video for you, and basically anybody that wants to know fun little factoid about easy champions and ranked. So for this video, I'm going to personally go over my list of champions that I think are very, very reliable right now. Champions that if you put the time in and practice before the boot camp, you are going to be very, very happy with what we go over, and you're not going to be fumbling controls as often. You're going to have a nice, smooth progression as you learn these important fundamentals, or if you're more experienced, you get better fundamentals. So yeah, let's start with top lane. Let's go through that. I got my list for you guys right here. So for top lane, we've got, drum roll please, boop, Garen, Nocturne, Wukong, Shen, and Urgot. Now, these are picks that I believe right now in this meta that I believe aren't going to be hurting you anytime soon by picking them, and are super duper reliable in solo queue. Every single one of these picks are super reliable in solo queue. What you're looking for in top lane, guys, are champions that can get big and side lane and be hard to kill. Each one of the champions here have kind of different play styles, unique play styles, but they're all amazing picks, especially when you get ahead, and they're not that difficult to execute. You see here, Garen's got his QE to spin on people. We've got Nocturne, his QE to keep the engage. Wukong just E's and beats people up. Shen E's, beats people up. Urgot E's. It's very simple, right? Simple, reliable champions so that we can focus on getting big in the lane and then probably side laning a lot. Great champions, a good combination of split push and ease of use, and that's why I recommend these guys. Now, look, I'm not saying that there aren't other options in this list that I'm about to run down today, but in my personal experience, these guys are monsters in top lane, and they have been for a long time. I mean, every single one of these picks have been really good top laners for like the past like year or 2 years. Good champions, not going to go anywhere, and certainly aren't going to be worse by the time that we get into the boot camp. So strongly recommending these guys. Just remember, you could also consider some of the tougher stuff here. You could consider your Darius's. You could consider maybe your Yorick's, but I don't like them quite as much, and I think they're a little bit more difficult than people realize. Yeah, so it's a really good list. My personal opinion right now, if I had like a top tier pick for somebody trying to learn how to carry from top lane, I'll always go into the big boy Garen. Second place would probably fall on Nocturne. So there you go. Now, you guys getting the idea? This is a fun little mini game. This is a fun little a little tier list here, and this is perfect for people that are about to do the boot camp, because I really want you guys practicing these champions and getting used to them sooner rather than later. I've only got 4 on this list right now for jungle. I've got Mundo, I got Hecarim, I got Nocturne, and I got Udyr. Now, there are some other options on this that you could play in the jungle, but some require a little bit more practice with the clear. Champions that come to mind, champions like Shaco and Fiddlesticks, both have very technical clears. If you're going to use champions like this, that's fine. Just know that your clear is very delicate, and you better be putting in your practice before you get to my boot camp, because I'm going to be very, very annoyed if I catch any of you guys with really whack clears after this video, especially the newer guys. It's okay to not want to play my big 4 here, but make sure that your clears are on point. All right? Champions are super strong, super reliable. My big picks here can power farm, or when they get leads, they can really momentum. So you've got a lot of versatility in these picks, and all of them. I mean, you've probably seen content with me doing these particular champions. They are perfect for the entry level jungler that really wants to just iron out their fundamentals and make sure that their decision making is on point, and they can focus on other elements of the game. All right, I promise you will not be disappointed. These champions are a little bit more technical and rely on tougher clears. Do not forget. Remember, our goal in the jungle is to get big most of the time. Most junglers are going to be slow, so these picks kick ass at just getting a lead and keeping it. All right, cool. Mid lane. This one's going to get a lot of criticism. but bear with me. I know a lot of people don't like seeing Nocturne everywhere. I totally understand, but he's really good. He's really good for getting the concepts of the different lanes. And by the way, each role, like if I say Nocturne's could go in top, mid, or jungle, the play style plays different because of the opponents and the functions of the role, right? If I played Nocturne in the jungle, I'm gonna be doing a lot different routing, a lot different pathing, different play style and everything if I'm playing him jungle to top to mid. But I've got Galio here. Galio's a super reliable utility pick that gets you into the idea of roaming. Echo's another champion where we could really just focus on shoving lanes and moving around the map. These are things that are very important. Nocturne and Garen, more of the same. Nocturne has great wave clear. Garen has great wave clear. We could focus on getting big through roams. Garen is a nice, easy execute if you want to kill more people and learn about playing lanes safe, right? Because you're facing a lot of pokey mages, assassin types. And also Garen, I mean, really, Garen doesn't struggle versus assassins at all. He can just kind of tank them out and beat them up. Kassadin, probably the hardest pick on this list, but will really teach you about controlling as an assassin. I hate seeing Zeds. I hate seeing champions where like LeBlanc's. I hate seeing that crap. I want to see a champion where you show me that you could farm under pressure, you can get big, and then you could swap to side laning. If that sounds like if 1v9 sounds like the thing for you, check out some of my YouTube videos where I play this guy, or you can find me on stream playing him from time to time. Monster pick if you could farm well and stay calm and then side lane appropriately. You can't go wrong with Kassadin. These are great picks for newer players. Every single one of them. Even Kassadin, he's tougher because you got to get abused in lane, but it's simple. Like his mechanics, like the actual mechanics, the only hard part really with Kassadin is just auto attack resetting. The rest is pretty simple. Yeah, I stand by these picks really, really tightly in terms of picks that will go a long way if you work on them and you practice them, and they won't disappoint. Next, support. Ooh, support. So here's my list. So for support, Maokai, Leona, Galio, Swain, and Brand. What you'll notice with these picks is there's no enchanters in these picks. Secondary shoutouts to Thresh and Nautilus. Thresh is a very difficult champion. Nautilus, he can be kind of a suicide diver a lot of the time. I mean, Leona is too, but I don't think nearly as bad as Nautilus tends to be, just because of how both champions operate in different scenarios. So basically here, it's the idea that I want my students of the boot camp, I don't want you newbie supports playing enchanters all the time. If you're gonna play an enchanter, if you want to play something close to an enchanter, I would rather you be playing something like Brand. And as a final, like, maybe I'll let it pass, maybe Seraphine. Just because she's really strong and her ultimate's game-changing. I don't want to see any Sonas. I mean, Janna's cool and everything, but I think she's a pretty tough one to play. And remember, this list, guys, if you're a high gold player, platinum player, diamond player, and you play some of the stuff that I don't like, don't worry. This isn't really geared towards you quite as much. Although I know some of you guys are still lingering in the video like, hee, my pick is still good, hee. Yeah, most of you guys that are a little bit more experienced could get value out of this other stuff. This is just for the newer players, getting them a little insight. I want champions that engage and make plays. I don't want champions that just stand around and poke. And if we're going to poke, we might as well play something that's OP at it. Brand is very, very high win rate on average. If he shows up in a game and you hit your combo, you're probably not going to be that mad with Brand as you are with some of the other supports, at least in my opinion. Does pretty well overall. But yeah, I'm mainly looking at these four. Let's be honest. These are the four that I really want. That's just my opinion. And yeah, I think you guys will be very, very satisfied with those picks and the support. And lastly, I know you guys are wondering, what about AD carry? Did I put Seraphine in here? I guess I could put Seraphine in here and Samira. I skipped over Samira, who's quite strong right now. So Tristana, Kai'Sa, Vayne. Those are my big three that I recommend a lot. And I put more thought into this ADC list because I generally just kind of tune out the other AD carries. I'm just like, yeah, Tristana, Kai'Sa, Vayne, the end. Jinx is really strong, super high health right now, although she's immobile. She's going to require you to go Gale Force or Shield Bow a lot. And then Seraphine, that's another one where she's actually a really high win rate pick, but I put her more towards the back. And then we have Samira, champion that's really snowbally, will teach you a lot about level 2 all-ins. But yeah, these are just great picks overall. they give you a lot of different things to work on. Tristan is a very aggressive pick, scales really well. Kai'Sa is a really aggressive pick, scales really well. Vayne's more of the passive Kassadin-esque type pick, but turns into a monster. Jinx is a little bit more technical mechanically because you can't just be standing in dumb places and get away with it like you can with these other picks. And then Samira is just like front load, go in, ooga booga, kind of tricky. And Seraphine is just Seraphine. She's broken. But yeah, I mean, guys, as you can see, I'm planning like crazy for this thing, and I want to make sure that everybody that's a part of it is getting good value out of what they signed up for. So we've got a lot of cool missions for you guys to figure out and get through and to track and make sure that you guys are improving at the game of League, not actually just autopilot playing it. I'm trying to get you guys out of the habit of that. So yeah, again, in summary, here it is, all laid out, big as you please. We've got Garen, we got Garen and Nocturnes everywhere, but then we've also got some other picks for you guys as well. Let me know what you think about my little easy tier list. I dropped some of the champions that I added in there on the individual roles, but you get the idea. Let me know what you guys think about my tier list for newer champs. If you agree, if you disagree. I like this. This is a good entry-level tier list for people that are trying to just start playing League and getting over the fundamentals and the hurdles that come with being new to the game. And yeah, fun, different change of pace from coaching every day, right? That's what's cool about the bootcamp. I can do cool, different shit like this. You can tell I'm excited. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned for you guys. Again, make sure to check your emails. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button. Go to my coaching site if you want to get booked by one of my coaches to get some individual attention. You guys know I love doing this, and I'm gonna make this special. I promise. It'll definitely be an experience. All right, I'll see you guys soon for another video. I gotta go. Peace. Later, guys. Love ya.